This is the sound of the jar of names. Let's pick out a name. Get one. There we go, we've got one. So this video is for everyone, including, but not excluded to, Spudley Dudley 85. Right then, so, welcome to A Cup of Tea, the podcast. This is the cup of tea. And this, right here, is the podcast then. Right, so if you want to go down to the comments, it might be there, it might not be yet. You can go to the skip list. You can skip to this week's update, this week's topic, this week's book club, this week's question, and this week's goals. But let's begin with the update. So, still behind, no surprise there. I was at college last week still, so that's why we're still behind, although I'm off now, so the goal now is to catch up as quickly as possible. We'll talk about that later in goals. Yeah, that's pretty much those two things covered. Okay, and the other thing is, in Dishonored, I mentioned about maybe doing a pointing episode for Dishonored, because apparently there's lots of books to read, and it was taking a long time, especially with the heart secrets. So I might do a pointing episode of Dishonored, so you might see that sometime down the line. Not this week, however, though, because I think I ask it this week. So you'll see. Well, I think I mentioned it this week, so you'll see it obviously soon enough. But that's that. So topic. Let's go through this week's names, shall we? So not in any particular, well, in this order, but not on these days. We've got the podcast right now, that's what you're listening to, and then later on soon, hopefully, it'll be an Assassin's Creed 3 episode called West Side Story. You can probably guess what district we do in New York. And then after that, there'll be a Dishonored video called Heartfelt Secrets, which is linked to the thing I talked about. And then Wednesday, we've got something called The White Wheel. It's an Assassin's Creed video. It's not Wednesday, it'll be out whenever. Think about where we have a wheel, and think about what folktale or story that sounds similar to, that also begins with a W. Then after that, we've got a Dishonored video called Grandma, We Love You, because we meet a certain character who goes by the name of Grandma Rags. And then after that, we've got another Assassin's Creed 3 video called Family Business. I can't actually remember what this is about. I think it's story-related. It's story-related, which is about time. And then after that, we've got 2 pointing episodes of the weekend, both, well, not weekend, it'll be whenever, of Assassin's Creed 3. One's called New York Underground Pointing, and the other one's called Packanack Pointing. Right, but those will be out whenever they are. Hopefully by Thursday, we'll talk about that later in goals, though. Book club now, then. So reading Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell, I've done a bit of this week, and I still stand by my my whole thing by saying that this book is more of a collection of different stories about the two wizards. I still stand by that. That is like my ultimate sort of like, byline for this book. It's a collection of different stories. Great, though. Still really good. I've just got to the part where it's like the big motivation. Well, they're thinking about the big motivation that drives the later half of the book, because obviously I know what happens because of the TV series. But yeah, I've got to that part now, and I'm getting there. I'm over halfway now, so it should start to go down quite quickly, which is good because I've got other books to read coming in at Christmas. Okay, then, mention Monday. These are the people that commented on last week's videos, or the last video since the last podcast. So let's go through these names, and shall we? We have Spudley Dudley, Max Ravage, Horia, Nick Pro, and Ipa Sorkin. So yes, thank you for commenting on last week's videos. Sorry there wasn't a good structure last week. Obviously we are behind. Hopefully getting back up to track as soon as possible. Hopefully before Christmas. Okay, well, let's get on to the next one now, which is the Q&A then. So we have one question this week from Horia, who says, name that movie. A clone with psychic... I haven't actually updated this. That's the old one. That's because I put it in question. Okay. Right, okay. Well, the question is, name that movie. 4 men carrying nuclear devices become the centre of attention in Manhattan. I think I've got this. I think this is Ghostbusters. Is it Ghostbusters? Because I think it is. Right. So now we're going to go on to subscribers. These are the people that commented. No, these are the people that have joined us this week. We have gone from... Where is it? Gone from 1,249 to 1,257. That's an increase of 8 names. That's a lot. Whenever it's a lot, I always seem to think it's a bug. Well, it might not be. We have got 2 new people to subscribe this week that have their subscriptions known to us. We have Soundproof Noises Topic and Cryptonic CTG. So yeah, welcome to the community, guys. If you have a favourite type of mythical creature, let us know. Ooh, that's actually good. I might use that just now. Anyway, on track. Let's go on now to questions. So last week's question was about which do you want me to do, a video for St. Patrick's Day or for the spring equinox? And we had a reply, which I need to find because I've obviously removed it from my list. Yes, we have Spuddy Dudley who said spring equinox sounds cool. Yes, that is because I had an idea for that one, and I think he's gone with that one because it sounded quite interesting. So I'll do that one, which is good because I know what I was going to do for that one. So that's good. Right. Okay. The other thing is this week's question, which I haven't written down on my list. I haven't got, or I have now. I'll write it down now before I forget. But basically, what is your favourite mythological creature? I was inspired by that little thing I just did a second ago. Oh, logical. Just typing it down, writing it down. Right. What is my favourite mythological creature? I'm going to go for the obvious one and go for dragons. I'm a big fan of dragons. Love sort of like dragon rider type things. Like, oh, that'd be quite cool. Like, the brave men didn't kill them. The brave men rode them. That's how that sort of thing. I would love to have my own dragon. A bit of a baby dragon, like raising baby dragons. That would be sweet. Okay, but that's that. Then let's go on to this week's question. No, this week's comment. I wrote it down wrong. This week's comment goes to Horia, who basically, I suppose it's more blowing my own trumpet, but he says, I'm going to whisper you a secret, JD. Whispers that the voice in the heart, it belongs to the Empress. Yeah, the point that is the thing that is this week's comment. Keep getting it wrong. Is because I actually knew it, and he realised it because I said it in the video, and I was like, yeah, not just a pretty face. I can work things out as well. Yeah, which is obviously quite interesting. In fact, oh no, that was that video. How else would he have known that if that video was not released yet? But yeah, that's why that is this week's comment, because I beat it. I finally managed to figure out something for myself. It was great. So technically it goes to me. That's a really bad this week's comment. I apologise. I didn't think about this. I didn't think this through. Anyway, let's go now on to goals. So last week's goal, and last podcast goal, was to get caught up by the Wednesday or the Tuesday of the Wednesday. It did not happen. It is now Sunday, and this is late, which is obviously a fail, unfortunately. But this week's one is to catch up, maybe by Thursday. I'm not sure how well that's going to happen, but like I said, I'm on holiday now. First goal is to get caught up, which hopefully should happen, which we'll also find out this week. We'll see how it goes. But I'm also going to throw in another one on the list of the goals, is to finish off planning quarter 4, because I need to, because I'm going to start recording them this week, actually. Yeah, so hopefully that will happen, because that needs to happen, and then we'll go from there. But hopefully everything should be okay. But that is it. A fairly short podcast, but that's good, because it's obviously late, so it's good to get out quicker. But yeah, let's finish this cup of tea. There we go then. Right then, so let's tell you what film it was last week. Last week's film was from the film Nativity. It's a little Christmassy film that we saw. That's why I did it. Cool. But that is it. So until the next time we meet, I will say fairly well. Stay safe, stay warm, keep warm. And yes, I will now leave you with what film? He was a king and a god in the world he knew.